So I'm gonna read the Postman Wallflower because, well, I was watching John Green read The Fault in Our Stars the other day. I was thinking I'd really like to see more of these, but you don't really see them around. And audiobooks are expensive and ain't nobody got time for that. So, dear friend, I'm writing to you because she said you listen and that you understand and didn't try to sleep with that person at the party, even though you could have. Please don't try and figure out who I am, who she is, because then you might figure out who I am. And I really don't want you to do that. I will call people by different names or generic names because I don't want you to find me. I didn't enclose a return address for the same reason. I mean nothing bad by this, honest. I just need to know that you're someone out there that listens and understands and doesn't try to sleep with that person even if they could have. I need to know that these people exist. I think you of all people will understand that because I think you of all people are alive and appreciate what that means. At least I hope you do, because other people look at you to strength and friendship, and that is simple. At least that's what I've heard. So this is my life, and I want you to know that I'm both happy and sad, and I'm still trying to figure out how that could be. This is a boy called Charlie, by the way. Do you want me to read the blurb? Okay. Charlie's not the biggest geek in high school, but he's by no means popular. He's shy, intelligent, yet socially awkward. Charlie's a wallflower, standing on the threshold of his life, whilst watching everyone else live theirs. Charlie tries to navigate his way through an uncharted territory, the world of first dates, mixtapes, family dramas, and new friends. He realises that he cannot stand on the sidelines forever. There comes a time when you have to see what life looks like from the dance floor. Okay. I try to think of my family as a reason for me being this way, especially after my friend Michael stopped going to school one day last spring, and we heard Miss Fung's voice on the loudspeaker. I cannot pronounce that, I'm sorry. Boys and girls, I regret to inform you that one of our students has passed on. We will hold a memorial service for Michael Dobson during this Friday assembly. I don't know how news travels around school so fast, and why it is very often right. Maybe it was in the lunchroom. It's hard to remember. But Dave, with the awkward glasses, told us that Michael killed himself. His mom played bridge with one of Michael's neighbours, and they heard the gunshot. I don't really remember much of what happened after that, except that my older brother came to Miss office in the middle school and told me to stop crying. Then he put his arm around my shoulder and told me to get out of my system before Dad came home. We then went to eat French fries at McDonald's, and he taught me how to play pinball. He even made a joke that because of me he got to skip an afternoon of school, and asked me if I wanted to help him work on his camera roll. I guess I was pretty messy because he would never let me work on his camera before. At the guidance counsellor sessions, they asked a few of us who actually liked Michael to say a few words. I think they were afraid that some of us would try to kill ourselves or something because they looked very tense, and one of them kept touching his beard. Bridget, who is crazy, said that sometimes she thinks about suicide when commercials come on TV. She was sincere, and this puzzled guidance counsellors. Carl, who was nice to everyone, said that he felt very sad he could never kill himself because it was a sin. This one guidance counsellor went through the whole group and finally came to me. What do you think, Charlie? What was strange about this is the fact that I had never met this man before because he was a specialist, and he knew my name, though I wasn't wearing a name tag, like they do in an open house. Well, I think that Michael was a nice guy, and I don't understand why he did it. As much as I feel sad, I think that not knowing is what really bothers me. I just reread that, and it doesn't sound like how I talk. Especially in the office, because I was crying still. I never did stop crying. The counsellor said that he suspected that Michael had problems at home and didn't feel like he had anyone to talk to. That's maybe why he killed himself. Then I started screaming at the guidance counsellor that Michael could have talked to me, and I started crying even harder. He tried to calm me down by saying that he had meant an adult or a teacher or a guidance counsellor. It didn't work. Eventually my brother came in the middle of school in his Camaro to pick me up. For the rest of the school year, the teachers treated me differently and gave me better grades even though I didn't get any smarter. To tell you the truth, I think I made them all nervous. Michael's funeral was strange because his father didn't cry. 3 months later, he left Michael's mum, at least according to Dave at lunchtime. I think about it sometimes, and I wonder what went on in Michael's house around dinner and TV shows. Michael never left a note, or at least his parents didn't let anyone see. Maybe it was problems at home. I wish I knew. It might make me miss him more clearly. It might have made sense. One thing I do know is that it makes me wonder if I have had problems at home. It seems to me a lot of other people have it a lot worse. Like when my sister's first boyfriend started going around with another girl, and my sister cried for the whole weekend. My dad said, there are other people who have it a lot worse, and my mum was quiet, and that was that. Months later, my sister met another boy and started playing Happy Records again. My dad kept working, my mum kept sweeping, my brother kept fixing his camera. That is, until he left for college at the beginning of the summer. He was playing football for Penn State. He needed the summer to get his grades right to play football. Sorry, Snapchat. I'm saying goodbye now, so you don't have to listen to that. Really sorry. Grades right to play football. I don't think there is a favourite kid in our family. There are 3 of us, and I'm the youngest. My brother is the oldest. He's a very good football player, and he likes his car. My sister is very pretty, and means to the boys, and she is in the middle. I get straight A's now, like my sister, and that is why they leave me alone. My mum cries a lot during TV programmes. My dad works a lot and is an honest man. My Aunt Helen used to say that my dad was going to be proud to have a midlife crisis, going to be too proud to have a midlife crisis. It took me until... What? Sorry, I'm just going to pop. I'm really, really, really sorry. It took me until around about now to understand what she meant by that, because he just turned 40 and nothing had changed. My Aunt Helen was my favourite person in the world. She was my mum's sister, and she got straight A's when she was a teenager. She used to give me books to read. My father said that the books were a little too old for me, but I liked them, so he just shrugged and let me read them. My Aunt Helen lived with my family for the last few years of her life, because something very bad happened to her. Nobody would tell me what happened then, even though I always wanted to know. When I was around 7, I stopped asking about it, because I kept asking, like kids always do, and my Aunt Helen started crying very hard. That's when my dad slapped me, saying, "You're hurting your Aunt Helen's feelings." I didn't know what to do to that, so I stopped. Aunt Helen told my father not to hit me in front of her ever again. My father said that it was his house and he would do what he wanted. My mum was quiet, and so were my brother and sister. I don't remember much more than that, because I started crying really hard, and after a while my dad and my mum had to take me to my room. It wasn't until much later that my mum had a few glasses of white wine and told me what happened to her sister. Some people really do have it a lot worse than I do. They really do. I should probably go to sleep now, it's very late. Yeah, I know how he feels. I don't know why I wrote a lot of this down for you to read. The reason I wrote this letter is because I start high school tomorrow and I'm really afraid of going. Love always, Charlie. Okay, so that was the first letter that Charlie has written to this person. I keep feeling my brain shake. I'm not even joking. Does anybody else like not move their head for a really long time, and then when they move it, you can feel like something in your head just tip? And I'm pretty sure it's my brain. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start. That only took 10 minutes. That's pretty good. I'm gonna start reading the letters. I might read 2 in 1 next time. I'm not sure. It's just like so nice to have, like, if you're tidying your room or just chilling.